Hello everybody, GL1 here. Welcome to the premier online toy museum. And today we're going to discuss the Turtles of Grayskull figure Rattlor, the mutated snake men creature. So it comes with a comic book, right? So Reptile Wars Part 1. And I guess that's Rattlor there. And then you can go through and you can see that very beautiful artwork with a lot of writing, quite a bit of effort put into these comics. And I've got to admit, I've really only glanced at them. I'm just going to have to one day sit down and read them. But all right, so here is the figure. So, oh, there's a little fella over here. All right, so here's the figure, and it comes with this long neck and a rattlesnake head. And these weapons go to another character in Turtles of Grayskull, as well as this turtle shell here, armor. But what they do with these toys now is that, you can change their arms and legs and heads and everything. The Grayskull characters, you can do all kinds of modifications like that. So what I did is take parts from Slaker. So I was at this half off store, and they had Slaker for like $7. So I bought another one so I could keep the original the way he is and then just use these accessories. So that's the kind of thing you can do. All right, so when you get Rattlor, he comes with his neck short. So you can pop these apart, okay? And then you can take the head, and it came with this neck or kind of head covering here. And so the idea is you can put this down there and then pop this on, and then it's like that. The thing is that this is really not made to fit very well at all. So it goes here, down there, and if you try to raise it up, like you could keep it down here, but if you try to put it on here and then get the head to fit, it really doesn't work too well. It doesn't stay on very well. It never really even makes the full connection with the pop. So I just gave up on this and said, all right, forget that. This weapon here, this goes to the 2002 He-Man Slaker, which you can see over here in the background. I'm sorry, Rattlor, which I'll show you. What's cool about this is this fires. So it fires a weapon, and nowadays, it's hit or miss. A lot of times toys don't feature firing weapons anymore. I don't know if it's because they just figure, people are just going to lose the missiles and get frustrated anyway, which I get that. Has a little rattlesnake kind of handle there. All right, so you can see Rattlor here. Look, he's got this, rattlesnake tail, but it's really flimsy. But they must have meant to do that. I mean, this thing was, not that inexpensive, so it's like $20. So, they could have made it more extensive if they wanted to, but I guess they chose not. So he's got some armor. He's got some forearm spikes. I put the little rubber bungees, little plastic bungees on, because those things are not going to stay on. And then you can just take it, right, and you just pop that on, pop this on. And, of course, you can make his neck shorter if you wanted, but I like to have him at, full rattlesnake extension, and then he opens his mouth like that. And I was looking at this, and it's really cool. And I'm like, this looks really familiar. It reminds me of something. And then I remembered what it was. It reminds me of the WWE Jake the Snake Roberts snake characters. So the WWE came out with a bunch of their popular characters and morphed them into, Brock Lesnar has forearms, and they made Roman Reigns into a werewolf. Oh, that should have been the werewolf show. But, so they did things like that. So Jake the Snake Roberts, they made into this, because he always had a snake he would bring out into the wrestling ring. He'd bring out like I think a python, and pretty good sized snake, and he'd bring it out and he'd scare the other wrestlers with it. But you could see the mouth is very similar to Rattler. So I'm like, oh, that's really cool, So, and look, you can see Jake has a couple little canines, little like snake. He's got snake canines there, and then you can see he's got the scales back here, right? All right, so now we can compare this to our 2002 Rattler character, this one here, which is really neat. So, all right, so it came like this. Now, it doesn't have, all the articulation. It has excellent paint job, right? You have really good look. You see the forearms, and you can see he's got just excellent coloring, and this is really almost childlike in comparison in terms of detail. You got the tricep muscles and everything, and look at the scaling in the back, and look at your tail. You get a nice, significant, thick rattlesnake tail, and look, even this turns. I mean, they really put a lot of love into this toy. It doesn't have knees or anything like that, but what does he have? Well, remember, he had a firing weapon, right? So he can hold that. Now, I put this in my accessory storage because it's easy for him to drop, and I didn't want to lose it somewhere. And then I took it out and I gave it to the new Rattler with forgetting that it belonged to him. And so it just worked out that I was like, oh yeah, that would go really well with him. But all right, so it goes with him, but watch what he does. So you push, there's a button in the back, kind of a lever, and then you push that, and then the head comes out. And he can also open and close his mouth. So pretty neat. It's a spring-loaded, right? So he's, he's coming up against He-Man, and it come and get ya, and he'll, venomize you there. So pretty cool. I like the new Rattler too. I mean, look, he's got look at the belt. Look, they both have the snake on there from the Snake Men. Okay, and but look at, again, the old one. Look at the loincloth and everything, the scales. I mean, just so great, right? But I love the new one. I love the way he moves around. I love the colors. And, I think the accessory weapons that I gave him make him look even cooler, and then he can hold on to the other fella's weapon pretty well. He holds it pretty well. So I think the hand actually holds it better than the original. All right. So, all right. And there you go. That's Rattler. Oh, and I wanted to tell you this. So this was something different. The package had scales on it. So none of the other ones have that I have seen. Anyway, so I thought that was really cool. And I almost just threw it away without thinking about it. But that's unique. So kind of cool. Excellent artwork on the back. So, all right. So, feel free to indulge yourself and get yourself a Rattler figure. And, if you want to change them around, you can change the arms or whatever you want. So, all right. I will talk to you soon. And I actually have more He-Man stuff to show you as well. So, talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.